Hey guys, this is Laden Force with another GearWise review here for North American Whitetail. Today we're talking binoculars. Specifically, we're talking about the brand new Zeiss 8x40 SFL binoculars. And you guys have heard me talk about Zeiss before. These are not your average run-of-the-mill $250 to $500 binoculars. You need to know that right up front. If you're looking for that binocular, you need to go another route. However, if you're looking for a set of premium glass, Zeiss is one of several companies that you can consider, and this binocular should definitely be worth your consideration as part of considering Zeiss. So this SFL stands for Smart Focus Lightweight. Again, that's Smart Focus Lightweight. And it is an evolution off of the SF binoculars that were launched about 4 years ago, 5 years ago in that time frame. Those were on the Victory level, which is the super high-end premium set or price point for Zeiss. These are going to be more your mid-price point. They're going to fall back into that Conquest HD price range. So 8x40s right at $1,700 or so versus the $2,900 of the SFs. I can tell you, I've used these binoculars across the country. We've kept them in the truck with us throughout the fall, and we've tried them in so many different whitetail environments, mule deer environments across the western range of the US, and they have performed as I expected them to perform. So let me talk to you a little bit more about what this binocular offers you. So let's first talk about the lightweight concept that Zeiss has engineered into this binocular. First and foremost, they're built to be a little more compact. You can see they're streamlined, they're nice and small, they're gonna fit into any medium-sized bino harness that you guys are wearing out there. That is very nice. I like sleek, I like sexy when it comes to binoculars or high-end optics. They definitely check that box, but they maintain that elite performance that Zeiss builds into their optics. And a lot of that has to do with technologies that we'll talk about, but let's also talk about calling them lightweight. These binoculars are actually 20% lighter than their predecessor in this price point category, and that is due to the fact that Zeiss was able to reduce the lens size by 2 millimeters, yet maintain that performance. So they cut down some of the excess, and they were able to provide you a still very high performing optic at 20% less weight. Relative to most competitors, according to Zeiss, they're about 30% less. So another 10%, additional 10% over the competitive set in that price point. So let's talk about the F portion of that, or the SF, the Smart Focus. And really that comes down to the position and gearing of this new focus wheel. And this is something that was introduced with its superior, the SF, instead of the SFL, and that is this focus wheel. You can see right here, it sits mid-body on the binocular, right where my index finger can easily access it. It turns nice and smooth. It has a premium feel to it. It's geared to allow for you to really pinpoint most of the focus range, but do so in only 1.4 turns from the close focus, or as close as you can get, all the way to the infinity phase, which is gonna be anything that's, you know, beyond 1,000 meters out there. So 1.4 total turns that you can run. The other really neat thing about this is that because of where it's positioned and how big that focus wheel is, you can run that bare finger, or if you have some of the biggest, fattest gloves on in that cold season or late season whitetail hunting environment, you can still very easily run that focus wheel both from a right-handed standpoint, a left-handed standpoint, so ambidextrously. Doesn't matter if you've got your bow in your right hand or your left hand, you're gonna be able to easily grab that barrel right there on the right or left-hand side and run that SF or Smart Focus wheel. Super cool feature to this design, something that has been brought down from higher price point models in the Zeiss line. Now, the other thing I'll tell you about the focus itself is that it smart focuses all the way up to 1.5 meters, so 5 feet, it can focus all the way to that close of a point, which is awesome. Not that you're gonna use that in most cases, but it speaks to the level of detail that you get and performance that you get in your focus wheel here with the SFL. We've talked about lightweight, we've talked about focus wheel. Let's talk about some of the technologies that make Zeiss Zeiss. And that is going to really come in the glass and the coatings that are applied to the glass. You guys have heard me talk about Zeiss coatings in the past. I actually worked as a Zeiss employee for about 2.5 years. So I've got above average training on most of this, but I'll try to keep it in layman's terms or whitetail hunters terms for all you guys out there interested in Zeiss. Ultra high definition glass is what is in this binocular, the SF. That is going to be a Shot HT glass, which is a company that is actually owned by the Zeiss parent company. It's a great proven platform of glass, very high end. They've used it right here in these binoculars. Again, it's supported by T-star coatings, which are really gonna help fight chromatic aberration, which means for you, it's gonna break down those colors. It's gonna keep super high clarity in your binoculars. It really equates down to high light transmission, which there's a 90% rating from the front of the glass to the back glass. That means all the way through this this binocular here, you're getting 90% light transmission. So when you get to those low light environments, last 15 minutes of the day, first 15 minutes of the day, you're gonna get a better picture, you're gonna get a more clear picture. Or if you get into environments where you know, your browns or your grays really all mixed together and you need to see that high-end detail to differentiate an antler, to differentiate an eyeball, whatever it might be, where a deer mixes into its brown environment or its gray environment in Western climates, that T-star, that Shot HT glass are really gonna help differentiate your ability to see the different versions of grays and browns. They also have low-detect coating, which is gonna protect the exterior of your lenses. It's gonna keep them from having water or debris ball up on that. It's gonna help keep that lens cleaner, even in some of the most inclement weather. So awesome features, awesome technology in these. Last thing, field of view. You're gonna get 140 meter field of view at 1,000 meters. So that means if you're looking at something 1,000 meters with these 8x40s, it's gonna look like or appear to you that it's 140 meters. So the field of view here is awesome in these binoculars as well. Like I said, close focus range of 1.5 meters or 5 feet. Again, price point, $17.99 MSRP. You're gonna find them around that price point. It's really kind of replacing the old Conquest HD line or price category for Zeiss. That's over $1,000 less expensive than the SF, which are the super high-end version of these that came out a few years back. You can also get them in a 10x40. So hey, whitetail hunters, if you're looking for premium glass, if you're looking for premium binoculars, go check out the brand new Zeiss 8x40 SFL binoculars. They should definitely be on your list for consideration in that high-end category.